You might have heard from some people that the motion controls in Splatoon 2 are the best way to play. Bollocks, you say! There is no way that motion controls could be the best way to play a game. But I tried it, all of the different controller configurations, and I'm here to tell you what I thought was the best way to play the game, and some things I found were pretty surprising. Now I have to admit, I've never played Splatoon 1. And I could not wrap my head around how the motion controls could be better than the thumbstick. Even after I demoed Splatoon 2 back in January at the Switch event, I still couldn't wrap my head around it.
I played it on the Pro Controller, and moving it around did not feel good.
However, after some tinkering, I can assure you that the standard Y-axis controls are horrible. I don't know what it is, but there's just no precision without the motion controls, so the motion controls are essential. But don't take your thumb off that right analog stick just yet. Motion only controls moving up and down and slight movements left to right. You still need that right analog stick to fully turn left and right. It's actually very difficult to get a hang of on your first try. I've been conditioned for years to use the normal third-person shooter control configuration, but I promise after about an hour of playtime you should have it down pretty well. Remember, you're only using motion to aim up and down, so it requires very little movement at all, just a slight turn of your wrist. There are 4 different controller configurations for the Switch, and I'm not sure which one would be the most common, but since the Joy-Con grip comes with the system, I'll start with that one. The motion controls are pretty much the same as they are with the Pro Controller. The problems here are the same problems I have with using the grip for any game. The buttons are small, the ZL plus ZR buttons somehow feel worse than they do when they're on the actual console, and the whole thing is squished together, so I wouldn't recommend this. I was expecting the split Joy-Cons to be terrible, but what I found was very surprising. I actually really like it. Splatoon's motion controls only take input from the right Joy-Con, not both at the same time. So your left hand can be completely at ease, while your right could be moving around like a Wiimote. Left to right movements are easier too. I can do a complete 180 very easily. Getting used to it is a little difficult though, because it's all too easy to get lost. Pressing the Y button to center your reticule is of little help. You have too much free movement. All in all, aiming this way is pretty fast. I would not rule this out. Playing in portable mode works surprisingly well too. I was a little worried about having to move the device you're currently looking at. Imagine trying to aim something that's always moving. But again, since you're only rotating the device up and down, movement is minimal. The only thing you have to worry about here is battery life, which is about the same 3 hours that playing Zelda provides. So if you want to have a substantial play session, you're going to have to plug in the AC adapter, which gets in the way when you're trying to move the device around. To me, it's like using a wired mouse. It adds a little bit of tug and resistance, and I don't like that. And it is for this reason that I think that the Pro Controller is the way to go. I'm sure that's not shocking to you. It's great for all of the reasons that it's always great. The buttons are huge, everything is in the spot that it should be, it's more comfortable, the triggers are nice and big, and you don't have to take the Joy-Cons off the system. What's most important to this game is that the nice size and heft of the controller forces you to limit your movements. The split Joy-Cons make you want to wave the right Joy-Con around all willy-nilly. The Joy-Con grip is too light, making you want to wave it around all willy-nilly. Portable mode is nice and hefty, so it does make you want to limit your movement. So if you don't have a Pro Controller, I would recommend portable mode for sure. But for the best way to play, I'd have to hand it to the Pro Controller. It felt the most natural and it was the easiest to get used to. Plus, the big face buttons are a lot more useful than you'd think for this game. If for some reason you find yourself on a TV without a Pro Controller, the split Joy-Cons is a good option. I wouldn't be surprised if that ends up being the way a lot of people play. But toss that Joy-Con grip in the trash because it's useless here. The best part about the split Joy-Con is it's probably the easiest configuration to turn around a complete 180, which could be a matter of life and death. But it's definitely the hardest to get used to, so mastering that is going to be a big problem. For me, Mr. Casual over here, I am going to stick to the Pro Controller for a long time as I get good at the game, because I am not good. I am very not good. If you were here for the live stream, you know that I'm not good. What do you guys think about all the different ways you can play Splatoon 2? What do you think of the game itself? I really like it. It's so refreshing to not have to worry about killing other people in an online game and just leisurely paint the ground. This game just feeds your OCD by letting you fill in all the different nooks and crannies. Anyway, leave it in the comments below, add me on Twitter, all this other social media garbage. I made this video because I was worried about how I was gonna feel playing with motion controls, and I have to say, I do really like it. I like it better, definitely a lot better than the Y-axis movement, because it feels so weird for some reason. And I think that was intentional. They want you to play with motion controls. Anyway, there are new videos every single Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Wednesday nights is Wulff Den Live. Join us for our live podcast every single Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. As always, the most important things you can do is subscribe and share this video with a friend who has a Switch and that you want to get into Splatoon 2 to play with you, because this could be the reason that they don't have it yet. Last week I talked about how the PlayStation 1 and N64 era was not that great. And over here is some other stuff. Thank you guys very much. Have yourselves a very good week. Oh, it hurts to get up.